We have come to the place where words cannot adequately describe much of what we're trying to express. When we hear "just have faith," to many it sounds devoid of any true meaning. However, if you recognize faith as a concept, not just as a word, it presents less as empty rhetoric. The changes taking place in our world, our reality, are vast, profound, and unfolding very rapidly. This has left many in a place they think it is beyond their understanding. It actually brings us to the exact place we are called to examine how our understanding is structured and functions. All our thoughts, decisions, and actions are filtered through our intuition and our conditioning programming by life, others, or ourselves. Within milliseconds, we form a decision or reaction based on our life experiences and our intuition. Most rarely let their intuition, higher mind, participate in everyday decisions. The only thing we fully control is our perspective. If perspective is based on fear or faith to x31 degree or another, change your perspective, change your reality. Based your perception on everything in faith or fear, and we are left with unbalanced decisions, thoughts, and actions. Seek balance, and all things or balance will seek you. The better way to live is consciously, by choice, not unconscious decisions that force us later to balance what we've said or done. If we had complete control of our actions or reactions, we would never have to apologize. Thing we do have complete control over is our perspective. From that, all things we do and say, etc., are formed. Just as faith, fear when seen as a word is denied by many, understandably, but fear as a concept is where you start to be able to discern great nuance in our decision making. Trying to explain everything with our logical mind is a habit that most of us have acquired. Your logical mind job is not to search out, understand, and solve all problems. Trying to explain with the logical mind how you knew someone was staring at you when you were not looking at them usually only leaves ourselves and others confused and in a place where we want to give up trying to explain something that we understand intuitively and do not consciously think about. Is the different ways that we have at learning. The heart understands through symbols and concepts, not just words. The mind understands through words and phrases. The body experiences, learns through feeling. When combined, all of these processes in sum equals the intellectual process. For example, beauty is not represented only by what you say, but also about what is absent. Some very beautiful people are considered ugly, and the opposite is also true. Innocence is a beautiful thing. It's absolutely not so much we see and understand with more than just a logical mind. Trying to explain all forms of communication with your logical mind usually falls short. If you try to explain existence with the logical mind, it usually falls short. Also, when someone says "I feel in my heart" or "I just know," it points to the fact that we have more than one form of understanding or communication processes. What we feel and think affects others in a profound way. If you don't believe that, hang out with a negative, fear, or lack-based person living in anger for a short time. You will say you are affected or you affect them. One of the two will happen. Hopefully there is a common ground, Matt. We're told to start with ourselves in order to change the world, and that is not just a slogan. When a part or someone changes, the whole changes to a greater or lesser degree because all is connected. Be the change you want. It's not just a slogan either. We literally have to start with ourselves, and that time has come. Morfit Residence Field Studies with Rupert Sheldrake, and you can see his TED Talks, explains how one person's change affects us all. If your logical mind still needs proof, that's his job after all. You may intuitively know, but objective proof solidifies the concept. That's the way realities work. I know that by observing and living how this reality works. It is not that we can manifest our reality, is that we are manifesting a reality constantly. For example, many people say, well, why haven't I won the lottery if I can just manifest it, period? Okay, how about let's make two columns in one out of the times you believe you could win the lottery, and then the other column but the time how many times you have absolute faith that it was impossible. We have total faith in the impossibility and not winning, and we give up. Instead of changing the fundamental structure that we have built that form our decisions, belief systems create realities. This can be applied to any decision, not just the lottery. If your fundamental belief is fear, anger, lack, etc., it is a reflection of the basic structure of the collective consciousness of our reality and a misperception of reality. Each mind or consciousness is a facet of the whole. The more the individual change, the greater the society, world, or realities change. The greater the individual fear, the greater fear in the whole is reflected. History points to the fact that change usually starts small. And example, electricity. Less than 100 years later, we're talking on the internet. Beliefs can grow and spread in the same way in a lot faster time. Your personal reality is built the same way. I am trying to give orders and are maybe so the intellect doesn't get stuck on a particular words. are very limited, and we tend to think in concepts of these days just points to the fact of the great changes that is taking place. What I would like to do here is share some of the tools that have helped me realize certain things, and hopefully some will resonate with others, and they will also give examples of the tools they use to get to a place of at least some understanding.